Yesterday we got a sale on our new store. Let's go. Yeah, as you guys saw yesterday, if you guys watched yesterday's video, I was telling you guys about how I launched a new product on the new store. I told you guys that the metrics were looking good, and today we got a sale. So that was day one yesterday of testing. Today is day two. Today we got no sales on there yet, but it's not too deep. We're in the testing phase and we're looking to see if this is something that we can potentially scale. So how I look to analyze these things is the first 3 days I don't really touch anything. I just let it optimize, and from the first 1 to 3 days, that's when I make, or the third day I should say, that's when I make my decisions. So I'll break down exactly what I'm gonna do moving forward once it hits the third day. So basically the first 3 days, if it gets no sales, I usually, depending on what's going on, maybe I'll optimize the campaign, but for the most part I usually turn off the product if it gets no sales in the first 3 days. Now there are different metrics that I like to look at beforehand when I am testing products. So if while I'm testing the product on the first 48 hours, if I'm seeing the CPC is very high, or the click-through rate is hella low, or if any of these initial metrics telling me that the creatives or ads are very bad, then I'll likely turn it off and launch new creatives. But if I look at it, everything looks good, my creatives look good, then I'll let it play. I'll let it be on for 3 days and analyze things after then. So right now we're just waiting. It's a waiting game for that specific brand. We're waiting to see if things are gonna look a lot better moving forward. Maybe today we get a couple sales, maybe today we get 1 sale, but I'm just looking for the shit to be break even or slightly unprofitable. If it's slightly unprofitable to break even, then that's a very, very good sign for the new product. So that's what we're looking at, and I'll talk a bit more about this depending on what the results look like moving forward. I also wanted to update you guys on the rejected ads, on how things were looking like. So let me just hide this shit a bit before it exposes the product. But yeah, let me flip this shit over real quick. So as you can see, these 4 ads were rejected. These 3 were the initial ones that I launched with this one for yesterday to go live. Out of these 4, only 1 was able to stay active. The reason for that is I think that ad was, I gotta refresh this, but the reason I think for that is because I think that ad was a lot less aggressive than the other ones in terms of the hook. So what I did was I played with the hook and I launched 2 more yesterday, as I told you guys, and only 1 of them stayed active. So I guess it did work, but the other one was a little too aggressive, I guess, still. So yeah, that's a little trick for you guys that might be getting your ads rejected. Start playing with the hooks, because you guys know Meta doesn't really tell you guys sometimes why things are getting rejected or not. As you can see, I launched, I launched 6 ads, only 2 were able to stay active, and everything was literally the same. The only difference were the hooks. So a little tip for any of you guys that get your shit rejected and don't know what to do.
The Whipski, let's talk about performance. So performance this week, if I'm being honest, has been pretty solid. We are again hitting a 30%, not again, actually, last week it was ass. It's because I told you guys we hit a 30% margin like 3 days ago, but this whole week we've been able to hit a 30% margin, which is very, very solid, which means it's time to scale up some of these campaigns. That's what it means, because we're hitting our targets, so we should scale a little bit up to make some more money. So the structure that has been working for me right now has been 1 CBO per product. Each CBO, I started off, if I'm testing a new product, I start that off in the US specifically. This doesn't, like, you can change it up. You can do top 4, you can do what worldwide. To us, I wouldn't recommend worldwide, but you can do top 4. But I'm just doing US only because that's what I have seen works the best while testing. And then I have 1 ad group or ad set for my winning creatives post IDs. And the way I'm testing these creatives is I'm testing them against the winning ad group. So I used to do, well, I'm still testing this out. I don't know, I'm split testing this right now. But basically, if I'm testing a new creative, I'll make a new ad group per batch of creative, and I'm not going to launch too many right now. I'm testing minimum 3 every time I'm testing against the winning ad group. And my 3 behind this is basically I'll give it 7 days. If it can't beat what my winning ad group and winning creatives in the winning ad groups are doing, then I'm turning that shit off. If it doesn't get any spend, I'm turning that shit off. If it gets some spend, but it completely blows budgets, then fuck that creative. I'm turning the creative off. But if it's like doing decent, if it's able to hang and it's not hurting the campaign, then I'm gonna let it rock to see if it can outcompete the winning creatives. If it's able to compete or be on par with it, then I'll throw it inside the winning ad group, and I'll continue to just stack up as many winning creatives inside that ad group as possible. So currently we have our winning ad group printing for a couple of these products. So our goal right now is to identify new creatives that can outcompete with these creatives. So far, I haven't been able to find any new creatives to outcompete for most of these products. One of the products, the creative have been very, very ass, so I need to put a lot more focus into that. But nevertheless, that's the structure that I'm following to maintain and manage my ad account, and I'm launching creatives every single week rather than doing them every single day. I used to do them every day, but again, I'm testing different things up to see what I like better. Right now, that's the structure that I'm rocking with and the structure that I've been seeing a bit more consistency and better performance with as I'm rebuilding this first current jewelry brand. So that's what I've seen working on that specific brand. I did tell you guys a while ago, not even a while ago, last month, that I was doing the ad set limits, or the ad limit. I think that's what they call it. I don't know what they call it exactly on Facebook, but basically I would add limits to every single ad group inside the CBO. And I did like it, but I found that it wasn't that optimal because the budgets that I have currently on the campaigns aren't high enough for it to basically kind of work. Because if I'm trying to test, basically, let me rephrase that. If I'm trying to have a winning ad set with a lot of winning creatives inside an ad group as one ad set, then I need that winning ad set to get majority of the spend for it to make sense to be competing against the other ad groups, if that makes sense in a way. So if it's not able to spend enough and I'm limiting each ad group, even if I'm not putting an ad set limit on the winning ad group, then it becomes kind of counterintuitive and it doesn't necessarily make sense to do unless I'm spending like 1K per CBO or 1K per product. Then it kind of makes sense to give these ad groups maybe $50 or $30 a day in spend just to see how it does, if that makes sense. So until I am comfortable, or until the spend is high enough where it makes sense to do the ad set limits, I am just going to take them off for now. And basically anything that doesn't spend then is deemed a bad creative in my eyes, and I'm just going to turn it off after a 7-day window. And for this for this strategy, you do have to have a longer kind of analyze window. I'm looking at things on the 7-day window. If it's not able to do anything in the 7-day window, then it's cooked. So that's kind of the strategy that's been working for me. That's an update on both brands so far and how things are looking like for my stores. All right, guys, I just went to go grab a little bit of food, and while I was eating, the store got a sale. Let me pull it up right now, and this is honestly looking good. Day two, another sale. And when shit looks like this when you're testing, it typically has a lot of potential. If we get a couple more sales today, I'll be very, very hyped. Right now, one sale, looking kind of, pretty good, but nothing crazy. But as you can see, another sale today. So right now I'm about to go home, get some work in, and like I told you guys earlier, I'm not gonna really touch anything, but I'm just gonna look at the ad account. I just want to look what the performance is looking like. But anyways, nothing too crazy to do. Just hyped to see that all the work that we put in to launch the store is kind of slowly paying off. Hopefully this is something that we can scale up to couple $1,000s a day and hopefully 10K a day, if not the new product. But let's see how far we can push this. But I don't know, I just had my brain was tweaking. I ate a lot of food, but that's gonna leave us to the end of the video. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I do want to leave you guys with this though. Like, if any of you guys haven't started your store, please start your store, start that business, start that hustle. Like this store right now, I literally started it yesterday, or not the store, I launched this product yesterday, I should say. It's a store that I was running, or I was testing on in January, whatever, it doesn't matter. But anyways, I literally launched this product yesterday and we're at 2 sales, and we probably will get a couple more today and be able to potentially scale this up. And it's just to show you guys that it doesn't take that long. Like within literally 4 days, I was able to get a couple sales with this product. Like I could have got the sales a lot sooner if that was the only store I was running. It literally could take you maxed 3 to 4 days a week if you don't know what you're doing to get a sale with this e-com stuff. So if any of you guys haven't got started, please get started. You know, you'll be surprised how far you can take this shit. And it's all about just taking one step forward, one step forward, one step forward. Get your first sale, then you can worry about making your first $100 a day, your first 1,000, 10, 100,000, million. That's kind of how you have to look at things. And I promise you guys, if you guys really stick with this shit, you will make it work. There's no way you won't. And I'm happy this store is starting to get some sales again. And I'm going to be documenting this on the channel as well to show you guys how a brand new store is doing, because a lot of you guys might be looking at it and seeing the first brand and be thinking, oh, you had this brand for a while, that's why it's doing well, it's whatever. But this is a brand new store, brand new product, and it's generating sales, and I should be able to push this if the metrics look good for the upcoming week. Nevertheless though, it's been your boy Dwayne. Appreciate you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.